This conference will now be recorded.
This is more good or this one is good? I mean, which one is looking good? I mean, I can't say, that's why I'm asking. This is okay to look for in sharing, or this, or this window is okay. This window is okay.
But this is okay.
Okay,
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 sir.
fine. So this is visible to everyone, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So here I am using Ubuntu, but everybody is supposed to use uh, their own Windows for VirtualBox. If anybody is interested to go ahead with Linux, you're most welcome. That's not a problem. Okay, so I'm using Ubuntu just to install the virtual machine, and on the top of virtual machine, I am installing once again a virtual machine. So you should not be doing that actually. This let's say this is your Windows machine, and on the top of Windows machine, you are going to install this VirtualBox. So everybody has installed this VirtualBox. I heard
Yes,
some of the
yes, sir.
people.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
let
sir.
me.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Saidapuram, have you installed the VirtualBox?
Yes, sir, I installed, sir.
Okay, Rahul.
I will install successfully.
Okay, Hani, are you able to work? Did you get a chance to work? He is not here. No, he doesn't seem to be here. Okay, Sunil. Sunil, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So you
Still,
have
I haven't
installed.
installed it.
Sorry.
Actually, I got my laptop yesterday itself, sir. So,
Mm,
still, I haven't installed, sir.
okay. So when you are going to do that, sir?
Today, I'll do it. Today, I'll do it, sir.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Akhil. Akhil, are you there? No, he is not here. Okay. So this is for everyone who doesn't know how to download VirtualBox. You can just simply VirtualBox download. You can type in Google. It will take you to here. Oracle VirtualBox VM. It's a wiki page, man. It's not okay. That one was the only one. In this, you are required to click on Windows host, and it will download one exe file. That's it. You need to double click and install that file. Okay. So this is This is for everyone who doesn't know how to download. And after this, you are required to download Centos. Go here. This is Centos OS. Click on x86 underscore 64. Okay, let me be here. What are all these? Let me tell you. This is 64-bit operating system. This is operating system which is going to support ARM processor for 64-bit. ARM processor started coming for 64-bit also. Previously, it used to come ARM processor only for 32-bit. So when this ISO you will download, you will be able to install this ISO in ARM processor also. ARM processor is like in your college days you might have seen BeagleBone, or not BeagleBone, sorry, Raspberry Pi, the small tiny what to say embedded device used to come. So similar kind of device, similar kind of any devices you can see. Yeah, in your phone also you will be able to install if your phone does support ARM 64. So this ARM 64 and ARM 32, this is going to support 32-bit of ARM processor, and this is 64-bit of ARM processor. And this is IBM Power PC. IBM Power PC. This is a separate processor which is made by IBM, and on those system only you can install this ISOs. This is i386. i386 means 32-bit. CentOS 32-bit operating system. So let's say if somebody might have old system and which is still 32-bit, or if you explicitly want to install 32-bit, you can download this ISO and you can install it. But actually we go for 64-bit ISO. So we are required to download this ISO. After downloading this ISO, okay, I'll click here. It will lead me to these number of websites. So what is these number of websites? These number of websites are actually website which is present in the world and which are all maybe near to me. These three will be nearer to my IP addresses from where I can download. And these are all could be far from my IP address, and that is why it's listing here. Other mirrors further away. So there are so many organizations who copy the data from CentOS and host on their own, and that is listed here. When I click on this first one, CentOS Excel Media, you can see that Excel Media Hyderabad, India. So probably it might be some institution or something in Hyderabad, India, and it is mounted everywhere. Sorry, it is mentioned everything here. You can see that. So what we are going to download is CentOS 7 x86 underscore 64 DVD 2009 .iso from here. Okay, so you'll click on this. You will download this file. After downloading, this file, whatever all you have downloaded, the VirtualBox, you are going to install that. After installing VirtualBox, you are required to create new. You can give a name, let's say CentOS. So redhat 64-bit, obviously it comes. Next, whatever RAM you wanted to give. I wanted to give 2 GB RAM. So I just gave 20, something like this. I've kept next. Create a virtual hard disk. Yes, I want to create a virtual hard disk. VDI image. Yes, VDI image. What is VDI? What is VHD? What is VMDK? These are all different types of virtual disk which supports by different virtual machines. So here one type of virtual machine disk is VDI. So maybe you might not be get asked what is the difference between all these, but yes, maybe the full form. What is the full form of VDI? Virtual box disk image. What is the full form of VHD? Virtual hard disk. What is the form of VMDK? Virtual machine disk. That can be get asked. That can be asked. Okay. So please remember what is the full form of it. And this is dynamically allocated. What is dynamically allocated and what is fixed allocated? So okay, let me explain what is fixed and what is dynamic. Let me share the screen itself. Hmm. Let's say I have given dynamic. This is my full disk. Okay, this is my disk of 1 TB. 1 TB hard disk. I'm having 1 TB hard disk. In this, I have installed my software in this C drive. This is a C drive partition. Okay, let's say, and this is 200 GB. And in this, you have installed VirtualBox. You have installed operating system and all software. After that, you have installed your VirtualBox also, and you are required to give. I came at a stage where I need to give the space for VirtualBox. So for that, when I give space for VirtualBox, let's say I'm giving 50 GB VirtualBox, 50 GB space. Okay, and that too dynamically. So the meaning of this dynamic is it is going to allocate a 50 GB of space out of the 200 GB, and it's going to give to this VirtualBox. Wait, let me finish before you complete your thinking. This space is has not been made available to VirtualBox. Operating system told VirtualBox that yes, whenever you need 50 GB, we will give you 50 GB if a space is available. Right now, how much you use, you can take it. So it means, let's say you are installing an operating system, okay, and it has got installed in just 5 GB itself. You are able to install your operating system in just 5 GB itself. You don't need 50 GB. This is your 5 GB. You are able to install in 5 GB itself. So it is going to give out of 200 GB, it will give you only 5 GB. And let's say if your operating system need more space, it's going to allocate more space from the hard disk. Okay, so it will expand this 5 GB allocation of hard disk, and it will give you complete 50 GB. So this is called dynamically allocation. Based on your requirement, it's going to allocate up to 50 GB. But on a given condition, 50 GB should be available here. Let's say you have used 5 GB, and this hard disk, whatever C drive you have already utilized, it has already utilized up to 170 GB. So only 30 GB is left, correct? You have already used 170 GB. So after using 170 GB, only 30 GB is 30 GB is left over, and you have already utilized 5 GB. So ultimately, how much GB is left? 25 GB is left. So, but you said that operating system will give me 50 GB. Sorry, more 45 GB. But actually only 25 GB is available. So operating system can give you only 25 GB, or maybe less than that. So you are getting what I'm trying to explain here. Okay. And what is the meaning of fixed, not dynamic? If I say it's fixed, VirtualBox is going to get the space from operating system 50 GB fixed size. It's going to make space 50 GB, and it's going to give you that space. That's all. And whenever this, so what VirtualBox will look like, it will look like this. Operating system will give you 50 GB space immediately whenever you do a fixed size. It will give you 50 GB of a space, and you can install your operating system in 3 4 GB, and after that you can start using it, and you can keep using that until unless your 50 GB is full. So this is what is the fixed space, and this is what is dynamically allocated space. So dynamically allocated is based on your requirement, it will increase. If you are not using, it will not increase. I will show you also, don't worry. So dynamically allocated, I'll go next. Here is the disk actually, which I was talking about, 50 GB. Here I will give 8 GB only, because I know that in 8 GB I should be able to do all of my work. So I'll give 8 GB, create. So this is the hard disk, and this is not hard disk. This is a configuration of minimum configuration you are able to see of your motherboard, whatever you have created just now. Okay. Video memory, it's taking 16 MB. It has graphics controller. It has remote desktop enable, disable, what all things. It has ID controller. ID means whatever hard disk you have. So you can see that SATA port and VDI hard disk is connected, capacity of 8 GB. And then you can see the host audio driver, controller is ICH AC97. Network is, it has got Intel Pro 1000 and MT Ethernet card, which is connected in NAT mode right now. And USB, also USB controller is there. Shared folder description, system memory you can see. And if you want to modify, yes, I want to modify further, I will go to settings. And this is a system. Some people were having some issue in this. So base memory, let's say if you for me, I have lots of memories, so I need not to worry about. I think I have 32 GB, or maybe more than that. Let me check. I don't remember, because I never need to check it. Mm, Yeah, I have 32 GB RAM here. Okay, so in my laptop, and out of 32 GB, I have given 8 GB to this virtual machine. And inside this virtual machine, I'm using once again another virtual machine. So this another virtual machine is there, and this will be able to see that what is the memory where it is installed. So it is installed in this Ubuntu, and you will install this Virtualbox in your Windows machine. So whatever RAM you are having in Windows, it will display here. So for me, I have given 8 GB of RAM to this virtual machine, so it's showing complete 8168, sorry, 7168 MB, not 8 GB. I might have given 7 GB actually. So out of that, maximum you can extend up to the green line. You should not go beyond that. You should note down this. You should not go beyond this green line. So you always have to be in the base memory, that is in the green line. Okay. Processor, I'm using one processor which is already read, so let it be. Don't use two processor. Execution cap is you have to make 100% to use execution. Extended feature you can update it. Acceleration I do require to enable, that's why I have enabled it. This is about motherboard. Display, let it be whatever it's asking. In storage you need to go and you need to select this ID controller empty one where it shows that CD image. There you need to click on live CD or DVD, and from here you are required to choose a disk, and then this is the thing you need to choose and then select. And after that we have audio, we have network. Okay, in network I will go for bridge connection, and that's it. I think I don't need anything as of now. I'll click on OK, and then I will start this virtual machine, whatever we have created just now. So, okay, capture it. I'm moving up arrow key and down arrow key, and I'm able to see that white maximum white is a kind of like selection of that particular line it shows. So now I am able to select the first line. I'll press enter. So this is the demo for the people who did not understood, or if you understood, okay, fine. But once again, I'm giving it so that if you have any doubt at any point of time, please come forward and ask. This is a platform where you can ask the doubts. So here we have got the screen. Oh man, capture it. I need to click on continue. After that, it's showing all these things. Here, first thing we have date and time. If you want, you can change your date and time. But I think it's going to ask in next. What are the things we have not set? It is going to ask. So date and time it will ask us. Currently, it's set to US. I think, yeah, New York time zone. Here is the keyboard. So we are going to give English US keyboard only. This is the language support. Let it be. Installation source is local media. Yes. Sometimes what happens is like if you don't want to install it from the local media, SR0 is like your device. In Linux, whenever you okay, so let me tell here what are all small information I'm mentioning in this lecture. You are required to note down every piece of information. Why? That can be one of the question by interviewer or by anybody. That question can be in your mock interview also. So here I'm mentioning that your CD drive is going to be listed as SR0 in Linux. Anybody can say that, hey, if you have mounted any DVD, what will be the name of that particular DVD is going to be get listed in your Linux. You need to say that SR0. Okay. And what when you are going to install the CentOS or any operating system, what are all mode it supports for installing the operating system. So here, this is an auto detect SR0 CD, auto detect of the CD. One is installation media. Another installation media is network. Let's say if you want to boot from the network, then in network also there is a provision to set up all the things, and from there you can get all this ISO whatever you are getting here. So in most of the organization, you will be able to find out that there is already a set up networked uh, network boot device. We call it as a PXE boot, I think. Yep, PXE boot. I don't remember what is the abbreviation of PXE boot. So in PXE boot, you are required to give a network IP address, or your system automatically picks up all if any computer is having a network booting capability, then it will pick up on its own and it starts booting from there. So these are all the two things. What is the third section? Third section is additional repository. So the meaning of that is whenever the system boots up, if you want to keep some additional repository here, you can keep from there. If you want to boot from the particular repository, then you can keep that particular repository here. Look here what you think. You need to configure the network to use the network installation source first. So obviously, if I want to use this, I need to set up the network first. But currently in our case, we are not going to use this. We are going to use this SR0 only. So this is done. Now going back to software installation. Wait. Hmm. Going to software installation. Next is here we are required to install minimal installation. Minimal installation is like you will have only basic functionality of a Linux. In that also, if you want, you can install several other things: debugging tool, compatibility libraries, development tools, security tools, system administration tools. So these are all packages. These are all actually extra RPM packages, which is already inside this ISO, whichever we have mounted just now, or from where we are booting just now. So RPM are already present. If you're going to select, let's say this, it so what are all most of the administration tool it's going to install on its own from there itself. You need not to reach to internet or repository to download them and install it. But anyways, as of now, I don't want to install automatically. And let's say if somebody wants a GUI, then server with GUI, you can install this. It will install server with GUI. But what if you're going to select just only this, it's going to give you server with GUI with minimal capability. And let's say if you want something more to be automatically get installed, then you can look at this and select. If you want email server, you can click on this. If you want FTP server, you can click on this. But yes, after clicking, you when after finishing of the installation, you need to configure before using that. File storage, server, let's say Samba, CISF, NSF, and further iSCSI. All this you can install it here. And further high availability server if you want, or if you want some utility through that you wanted to use hardware monitoring capabilities, then you can install this. So we are not going to use all those things. What we will do is we will just install the minimal, and whenever we need, based on our need, we will install the software and use it. But this is I'm just showing. And here you can see that Genome Desktop and KDE Plasma Workspace. So this Genome is a type of desktop. It's a type of desktop. What to say? What I can say this. Mm, it's a type of graphical display of the desktop. KDE Plasma is a type of graphical display of a desktop. Okay, so you have your own time. You can install this version and you can see how it looks like. You can install this version and you can see how it looks like if you want to. Okay, but in mock interviews or you may get a question like, do you know any desktop version? Do you know the name of any desktop GUIs in Linux? So you may mention that yes, you know KDE Plasma, you know Genome Desktop. Okay, so we'll select this minimal installation and we'll proceed further. And here is the most important part: installation media. There are two things. One is manual, one is automatic installation. Sorry, manual partition and automatic partition. First, I'm going to explain automatic partition, and then we will talk about. Mhm. Okay, let me explain about manual partition. Then we'll see how automatic partition works. I think some people were having doubt in manual partition. Correct? May I know who are all those people who is having issues in manual partition? Is it so? My voice is not clear. I'm sorry, I did not look at starting.
Yes,
So
sir.
clear, sir.
It is breaking.
Just a second. I'm really sorry for that. Is it clear now, or is it
Yes,
still
sir.
same?
Sir,
Clear, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks for pointing out. So, how far you guys missed actually? I just wanted to know. I can repeat that. If you have missed all of it, I can repeat that also.
No, sir, we got it. It was clear.
Okay. So, if anybody has any issues, faced any issues in partitioning, okay, fine.
So please concentrate here. What is the problem? What you need to take care during manual partition? Because that question also, I mean, every piece of information, whatever you are seeing, can be asked in your interview. So please pay attention, look at it, and note it down in your copy. Not right now. After going, after finishing of this video, after finishing of this class, just give me 1 minute. Yep, sorry guys for the long hold. I'm audible, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yep, thank you. So, manual partition, okay? Here we are, here we can see that partitioning, automatic configure partition, I will configure partition. So if you want to do manual partition, you are required to give I will configure, don't show this again and again. Yeah, so here I will configure partition here, and as soon as I click this window, no disk selected, I have selected this disk to install, and I will configure the partition. As soon as I click OK, It will pop up a new window and it will ask me to configure the disk. It has configured the disk. It is asking me to configure the disk. I don't want to do the LVM. I want to do the standard partition, and I will, you can see that available space is 8191. It's around 8 GB, and total space is 8192. So in 1 MB or 1.97 MB, it might be keeping its own metadata. It's going to keep its own metadata through which it will read the partitions or read the data. So I'll click on add here, and here there is something called mount point. Mount point means where you wanted to keep your files. Okay, that is a mount point. So where you wanted to keep your file and where you wanted to mount your device in folders. So you are required to create at least two mount point to go ahead with the installation. Minimum two mount point is required for the operating system to install. First is root, desired capacity, let's say, okay, first is boot. Let's go ahead with boot. I can give 1 GB, which itself is more. Add mount point, and then another I can give is root. That is going to be remaining. That is going to take remaining. So I will keep it blank, and I will add mount point. So which is going to take all the available space. And if I say done now, it will be done.
Sir, what about swap partition?
Yeah, that's what I was checking, whether it's complaining or not.
We need to
Yes.
create that swap partition
Yeah.
also.
Yeah. Here it's asking you have not specified a swap partition. Although not strictly required in all the cases, it will significantly improve performance for the most of installation. I'll do the close. Let's see if I'm doing done, whether it's going or not. It's going ahead. Boot root. If I have done, it's going ahead with that. I can apply changes and it will go ahead with the installation. Okay, so I have done cancellation of it. Now what you wanted to do is I want to improve my performance, and hence uh, I have to add swap space also. So for adding the swap space, I need double the size of RAM. So but here I will not follow that, and I will create 2 GB of RAM only because I don't have that much of a space here. So for creating 2 GB RAM, sorry, for creating 2 GB of swap space, I have only 1 MB, around 1 MB only space available. So what I will do is I will just delete this partition. Okay, let me do another experiment also here. Just delete this. Okay, only
Sir,
root is there. Yeah, sure.
how much we need to give the minimum desired capacity of root or boot? Minimum.
Minimum capacity you can give around 3 GB, but you need to leave more than that also. Your 3 GB should be sufficient for installing the operating system. Even 1.5 or maybe 2 GB also should be sufficient.
Overall, root to boot to swap included.
No, I'm talking about root.
Root
If
only.
you
Okay.
if you tell boot 500 MB, swap should be double of your RAM.
RAM. Okay.
Okay, but this
Okay.
is minimum capacity I said.
Okay.
If you want to install further software, definitely you need to increase it.
Okay.
It may fail that say if it may fail saying that you don't have much enough capacity to install the software.
It is
Okay, so
better to
as soon
give
as
more than 3 GB.
obviously.
for
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
Okay, let's see here itself. I'm going to give 3 GB. Okay, let me delete this partition also, and I will give 3 GB, and I'll go ahead with that standard partition. I'll give root 3 GB at a mount point. And I was giving an example that let's see if I want to go ahead just only with root, whether it will go ahead or not, or it's going to throw any error. One storage device selected, warning, check storage configuration. Click here for detail. So now also it's saying that you have not specified a swap partition, although it's not strictly. Okay, let's close this and go ahead with done. So it is going to format the partition. First of all, it was going to be an unknown device, SDA. Okay, what is SDA? SDA is a presentation or representation of a file of a device, not file, of a device in Linux file system. How Linux represents any device is starts with SDA, SDB, SDC. So let's say if you have one hard disk, it will come as SDA. Out of one hard disk, if you have created one partition, it will come as SDA1. If you have created two partitions in one hard disk, it will come as SDA1, SDA2. Okay, let's say if you have two hard disks, then first hard disk will be named as SDA, another hard disk will be named as SDB, like that. Okay, so now at this stage, I am able to see that it's going ahead with simply root itself. So let's accept the changes and go ahead with that. We'll see whether it is going ahead or not. Okay, what I believed was it has to ask at least root and boot, but just within the root itself, it's going ahead. This should be for swap. Yeah. So okay, I'm keeping a done and then done, and I'll proceed with the installation. Now it's asking for root password. I will give my own root password, and I need to click 2 times on done. I will create test user, and then I will create my own password, small password, and I need to click 2 times on done, and it's done. So you can see that it's going to install 298 softwares only, as I have selected minimal installation. So let this be finished. Meanwhile, if anybody
Sir,
has any question, can ask. Yep, go ahead.
sir, actually now just you can user creation that not select to the admin box, sir, where after that where we can create the admin.
Okay, I wanted that error to be shown actually. What is the meaning of that? As soon as I boot the
Sir,
system.
actually just now we have to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead, ask the question.
Sir, sir, just now you are create the user, right, sir?
Yes, I have created the user.
Yeah. Then again, once click on the done, then we not selected the administration. This user is not this is, sir.
I have not
Make
I have
this
not selected
user
it.
administrator. Yes.
Yes, I have not selected it because I
Yes,
want
sir.
explicitly to
After that,
complain that you are not admin. Okay, I
Yes,
want
sir. Yes, sir.
this operating system to complain that you are not admin so that I can explain what is called sudo, what is called sudo verse list, how to add that. Okay,
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
so
Thank you, sir.
I will create admin, but in later stage. If you want, you can add it from here itself. Okay, but I intentionally left this space. I did not mark it because I wanted to show this how to do this manually in after installation.
But my question is here is not selected the admin. After
Hmm.
that, where we can where the admin. That's
Okay, root is the default admin, sir.
okay. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
The root account is used for administering the system. Okay, so root is a
Okay, sir.
default username and default administrator of any Linux system. Let's say if anybody of you might have got a chance to access your Android phone with a laptop, not from GUI but from terminal, then definitely you might have logged in through ADB user or through root. So I'm trying to say that for your Android, for your phone also, there is a user called root. So probably you may understand after some point of time, not now, what is called rooting of a device. You heard this word, correct? Most of the people might have heard rooting your phone. So I'm not going to do that, but just basic idea. Rooting of your phone means like you are given a permission to run root commands. What an admin can run.
Yes, sir.
Finally, it's installing bootloader. Now it's installed everything. Generating an MFS. After that, it will boot.
Sir,
Yep, go ahead.
sir, where is media file which we deleted? Because when I start a virtual machine, then again and again they are installing the
Oh,
Centos
oh,
or
okay. Yep. Okay, I'll recreate your scenario also. Okay, don't worry. Here it's asking to reboot. You might have done this part also, correct?
yes, sir.
Who is asking? Varsha is asking. Okay. So F12. No, I will not do F12. Oh, wait. Don't look at this because machine setting boot order. It's not here. Yeah, this is the boot order. For that, let me turn off the system. Power off. So I'll go to system. This is the boot order and optical disk is up. Floppy I will remove from the boot order itself. Hard disk is also up. And what I was talking about is this one. You are required to remove this like this. Remove disk from virtual drive. Okay. This is what you should be doing. So I'm just trying to replicate, or I'm trying to reproduce your issue, whatever you are reproducing, whatever you are getting now. This is optical disk, this is the hard disk. So I'll press OK and I'll do start. Each and every time it's going to give me the same window. This is what you are getting.
Yes, sir.
After that you need to click on install, and then once again it will pop up the same window.
Yes. Yes, yes.
And when you restart also,
Yes, sir.
you have
Same
done
thing
you
is
have done the
happening.
installation. You have done the installation.
Yes, sir.
It, yeah, let me restart from here itself forcefully. If you're restarting also, it's going to come again.
Yes, sir.
So what has happened here is your media is already there. Okay, let me go back in settings. You have connected this media. Where is that? Where is that? Where is that? This is the one. Okay, you have connected this media, and this media has given a first preference to boot from. That you can see from here.
Yes, sir.
The storage, you have given an optical disk ID controller. In optical disk you have given CentOS 7, and in system you can see the optical disk has given a first boot priority to boot from. So it's always boot from here. And what is the work of this disk? The work of this disk is to install the operating system. That's it. Okay. So you
Okay.
can do two things. You can remove this disk itself when you are done with your installation. Remove from virtual drive. It has got removed. You can see that no information is coming here right now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is one thing you can do. Or addition to that, you can do this work also. But for that, you need to turn off your virtual machine. So what I was about to do is I was about to select this optical, and I was about to move down so that hard disk should come on first priority. Okay, but anyways, I have removed the storage media, CD or DVD drive, so it will not boot from there. I press on OK. Now I will reset. This is the reset. Don't show this machine again. Now you won't see that again. Now you can see that it's booting from the hard disk because there is nothing in CD drive.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Okay, sir.
Okay, let me reboot again because I wanted to show something here. So this screen is going to come for only 5 seconds, and after that it's going to boot the first menu. Okay, and below you will be able to see here you will be able to see one timer will be keep on running. So as soon as you see this in your screen, you can see that whether timer is going to come or not, and it will take for 5 seconds that timer, and it will automatically boots from the default selected window. Default selected is this one. So this menu is called grub menu. Okay, GRUB stands for Grand Unified Bootloader. And what are all these two entries? These two entries are basically the kernel entries. What is kernel? I might have told in my first class itself. Not in my first class, yes, in my first class, and along with the videos also you might have seen what is kernel. So this tells about which kernel you are going to boot into. This tells which kernel you are going to boot into. So here we will boot into CentOS Linux 3.10.1160. EL7 is the release version of CentOS. So this shows that we are going to boot into CentOS 7. x86_64 tells about this is a 64-bit operating system, and obviously CentOS 7 is again CentOS 7, and 3.10.3.10.0-1160 is the version of kernel. 3.10 is the version, and 1160 is again what to say, a version through which CentOS maintains the kernel. Okay, so by default, okay, let me reboot and you will be able to see that here timer will tick till 5 seconds and it will automatically boots. There are so much of customization you can do here also. Okay, I will tell that later, not now. So let me reboot and show you how it goes. No, not this one. Machine reset. Please pay attention, you'll be able to see that. You can see that the last line automatically started in 2 seconds, 1 second, now gone. The rocket is launched here. Class is going to be till 9 o'clock for everybody's information. So I'm going to log in through root and then password. Oh, root password. So this is, we are into login prompt. Okay,
Could you please maximize our screen?
sorry.
Could you please maximize?
This is maximized only, sir.
Okay.
We are into virtual machine. This is first virtual machine for me, and this is inside virtual machine. I have installed once again another virtual machine. So I'm doing a nested virtualization actually. So let's give it a try. Is it okay? Somewhat.
Okay, sir.
Mhm. But I have half of the screen only. Hmm. So let me give it a try to zoom in this machine itself. This is network, this is video memory. We don't need to zoom it, man. IPA, we don't have any IP, okay? So what I will just do, dhclient -e enp0s3. Just give me a minute. As soon as I get the IP, I will log in through putty. Oh my god, this is not. Let me check the settings whether it has got NAT or not, bridge or not. Network, where it is? Network. It has got the bridge network, so you should take it, man. Hmm. Okay, let me see if it works with Nat or not. But that will not work for us for putty. What is the difference between Nat and Bridge? We'll come across this later, not now. Why I'm looking for bridge connection is like if I go for NAT, I will not be able to connect through putty from outside. Okay, let's go for NAT itself. We wanted to work with Google. So ultimately I need to increase the size now. So we have got an IP from 10.0.2.15. So anybody has any doubts so far? I want you to ask doubt. If you will not ask, you will not understand. Okay. If that good, then good, no problem. The reason is I will ask everybody to go ahead and complete the assignment from fresh from today onwards. Whatever they have already written, in previous class, they can copy paste and send it back to me, but everybody is required to send the assignment by today. If you're not going to send, please send the reason that why you're not able to send. If the reason is genuine, then only you will be able to attend the class tomorrow. If you're not going to send, definitely you are not going to sit in the class until unless you complete the assignment. Is it clear to everybody?
Sir.
Sir.
Yes, I
Yes,
can.
sir.
Yeah, it's clear, correct, to everybody. So make sure you do this assignment by today itself.
Up to here, sir.
No, I'm asking only for today videos.
To the video.
Only
Okay.
today video. If you have already done, just copy
Okay.
paste whatever you have already done the assignment for today's
Okay.
videos, but make sure what all I have taught today has to be get included.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, manual installation, what all topics I have covered in that. In manual, what is boot, what is swap, all those things.
Okay.
Okay, so lsblk is a command which tells us about the disk partition, how a disk is. You can see that SDA is, don't concentrate on MAG, it's actually a major number, minor number. Okay, so you have nothing to do with this two numbers. RM also you have nothing to do. Size you need to concentrate about. SDA is 8 GB, type is disk. SDA1 is, we have created 3 GB, correct? 2.8, and the partition is slash. So it has a part is partition, it is a partition type, and it is mounted at root. So your system can boot at least with one, sorry, you will be able to install your system at least with one partition also, that is called root. But advisable is to give at least root and swap file system before you install any operating system, so that you don't lag the performance. Okay, so what is the minimum requirement for a system to install the operating system is only root. If you want yes to go ahead, yes, you need to install root. You need to give two mount point minimum as root and swap also. So I am okay. Third one is SR0. Okay, this is SR0, and here you can see that the size of this is, it shows 1024 MB, and this is ROM, it's read only memory. So this is a DVD which we have mounted already and which is listing here, but size it's showing, but actually it has nothing to do. If we remove this tick from the setting, then it will go away. Okay, so let me reboot and reformat it with another thing, with a proper mount point.
Sir, now problem is we did not select the two mount points. That is why we not getting, sir.
What you are not getting?
Now adapt bridge is not getting a server IP address.
No, it's not because of that. Don't worry. IP
Okay.
address bridge is not because of that. Bridge is maybe because of my laptop. I'm
Okay.
using a nested bridge. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Sorry, I'm using a nested virtualization, which requires me to configure my network also nested,
Mm-hmm.
and I did not do that. So that's why.
Okay.
Mm, this is Ubuntu. Okay. How to come out of this window? Okay. So reboot is a command to reboot the system. Okay. I will tell further commands also. There is one command I will tell for shutdown the system. Uh, shutdown -h space now. It's going to halt the system and shut down immediately. Finally, I got the screen. No, I don't want. Okay, so I was about to show for the installation of this system with another medium. So I'm just selecting the hard disk again. I'm pressing OK and I'm starting this window. Oh man. Control del, Shift del, Alt del. Hmm. Wait, I need to search how to send. I just forgot how to send control to del in VirtualBox actually, because I want to reboot the system. Host key plus del, control alter end. Okay, host key plus del did not work. Control alter and then end. It worked, but it's not giving me. Okay. Okay, let's see. It should not give full screen. Okay, host plus F. Host plus F. Man, it's not going. Okay, I'll go ahead and install it because I wanted to showcase this. What problem I'm facing right now, anybody knows? Anybody is aware of what problem I'm facing right now? Nobody knows?
No, sir.
So actually, when this is, I'm into two virtual machines. This is first virtual machine, okay, and this is second virtual machine. So I'm not able to go into first virtual machine because second virtual machine has captured my keyboard and mouse both. So this is second virtual machine, which is running in full screen mode. So this is a problem here. Anyways, I will resolve that. So standard partition, we need to add a mount point. Mount point first, we'll add root and we'll add swap and we'll give 2 GB. For now 2 GB only we are giving because we will not have much space, but ideal case is you should give double of the RAM size. So 2 GB, let me give 1 GB itself. Swap space and then one more add mount point root and let it take all the spaces whatever is available. Where it's gone? This is swap. Okay, standard partition, add swap 1 GB, add mount point, add root, add mount point. Yep, and then done. You don't see this time any warning here, correct? So now you'll be able to see that this is going to format in swap, so it is creating one partition that is called SDA1, and the second partition it's creating that is called SDA2. You can do accept changes, you can do begin installation. Root password is I'm going to set, and user creation, if you want you can do, if you don't want you cannot do, up to you. You can do this user creation from the main window also. So we'll wait till this finishes its installation. So Varsha, do you have any doubt so far in manual installation?
No, sir.
Okay, that's good. Anybody has any doubt in this?
No, sir.
Thank you for letting me know. Only one person. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, what is the swap?
Okay. Good question. Just give me a second. Yep. Yeah. Swap is a space which is getting utilized when your RAM is full.
Okay.
So what happens is, um, let's say you have your RAM is 1 GB, okay, and you have your swap is 2 GB. So let's say if your swap is full, sorry, your RAM is full 1 GB, in that case, some of the application are still required to use more RAM.
Mm.
In that case, what will happen is it will move the pages or it will move the data from your, it will move the unused data from your RAM to your swap area. Swap area is basically on a hard disk. Okay,
Mm.
because
Okay.
you have seen that we have taken 2 GB, 1 GB of area from the hard disk. So it will move your data, unused data from your from your RAM to swap area, and it will make available some spaces in the RAM so that another application can come and load and start the work. And whenever it requires that application to be get access, which has already been moved onto swap,
Okay.
then once again it will bring that those pages or those memory area from swap to RAM, and then it's keep on doing that
Mm. Okay.
until unless it gets proper RAM. So
Mm.
basically, in one sentence, you can say that swap is an extension of RAM which is getting utilized when your RAM is full.
Okay.
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 Okay, so if nobody has any doubt, then I'm going to shut down this virtual machine. That is how it's going to give me the console of this. Now I got it. Now I got the console. Okay, if I restart it and if I don't do this, it will be small for you guys, correct? Oh, I'm getting the issue what Varsha was facing. So let me turn off. Let me immediately remove this. Yep, go away. Yep. Okay, so this is what you guys have seen, correct? And no problem, then okay, fine. We can stop the session here itself, and then we can stop the recording also.